Hello! Welcome back, everybody. This is Neon Chiquino, and I hope you're here to watch StarCraft 2 because that's exactly what we're going to do. Two great players today. Let me go ahead and introduce our first player. The red Protoss on the bottom left side of Whirlwind, LE. It's going to be IG MacSed. MacSed. Oh, geez. One of the best Chinese players. Really good Chinese player. And his opponents, the other side of the map, the top left side of the map, would have you. It's going to be a blue Protoss player. On none other than Team Liquid, it's going to be HerO. And I was going to say the one and only HerO, but that isn't completely true. You think, considering like how few, I guess, quote unquote, few StarCraft players are, that players would get like different names, but just God, there's an overlap, and there we have one. But an interesting thing to note, though, HerO is going to be competing in DreamHack Stockholm Open this coming weekend, and he's already in Group Stage 2. And one of his three opponents that has already been decided is Mana, which of course is a Protoss player. So we will see HerO play some PvP this coming weekend if you're going to watch DreamHack. And I figured this would be a great game to get an idea of what Liquid HerO's PvP is like. So that whenever you're going to watch him play Mana, you're like, I saw that when Chiquino commentated it. I know everything HerO's going to do. So hopefully that's what we're going to accomplish here today. Or at least one of HerO's many PvP builds. PvP builds, rather. So, Set already going to go with the quick double gas and the two workers in each. So this is totally Sase style. Sase really was the hero, or hero. Got heroes on the mind here. Was really the first player that seemed to, at least in the public eye, really bring the two workers in each gas phenomenon, if you want to call it that, to the public knowledge. HerO going the old-fashioned way. 3 workers, 1 assimilator. I don't need 2 assimilators. Just okay, never mind. Now he's gonna do it. Now he's gonna he built the second one, takes the third out of the assimilator, then puts the 2 in this one. So he's like, oh wait, never mind. I like that. I changed my mind. That's cool idea. And MacSed goes for a Nexus here, and HerO scouts out. HerO gets a really convenient scout path straight to his opponent's base. Of course, this map, there's all the different spawning positions, so he just kind of got lucky and saw the quick Nexus coming out of MacSed here. Now, you got a couple options here. As a Protoss player, whenever you scout this out, it's like, okay, am I going to counter Nexus, which looks like to be the case based on the amount of minerals HerO is accumulating here. You can either build your own Nexus, or you can just go for a big all-in and try and bust it. But HerO not feeling it. He's thinking, okay, you know what, I'm going to play safe, steady, late game. That's what I'm good at. I think I can beat this guy named MacSed. And he's got a probe in a suspicious spot over here. MacSed still yet to find his opponent, unfortunately scouting the wrong direction. And as soon as he figures out, okay, he's not over here, he's going to know he's in the top left because that probe got there way too fast for him to be anywhere else. A little curious zealot from HerO is going to sneak on here and just try to poke around. There's not much he can accomplish. There's, of course, a mothership core there and a sentry. He's just going to chop away at that Nexus. I've never seen a more futile effort in my entire life. He's going to try and make up the ramp. No, not going to happen. There's more than enough force fields here. He can even get a force field sandwich on that Zealot if he felt like it. So the Nexus for HerO is just a little bit later than his opponents. But HerO does have his Twilight tech. So we're going to see Twilight tech coming out of HerO versus the Robotics tech coming out of MacSed. The Twilight versus Robo. Oh, one of the great mysteries of PvP. What will they go? What tech choice do they choose? Is it going to be Blinkstalkers? Is it going to be Colossus? Or is it going to be DTs? I think DTs would be a bad decision more often than not in PvP, especially after your opponent has already expanded and it's just, a little bit late. And look at this, both players making hallucinations while HerO decides to be tricky and makes a Warp Prism. MacSed goes for the standard hallucination play of making a Phoenix, but as soon as he sees the energy of that sentry, he's going to know, okay, that's a hallucination. I really don't have to worry about that Warp Prism that's flying around my base. But there we do. We have Blink, and MacSed's going to see that. He's going to see, he saw the Twilight Council, but he didn't see any Chrono Boost go down. And just to be on the safe side, MacSed took out that Warp Prism, because why not? Probe's still chilling over here, looking to maybe make a pylon for maybe some blink stalker pressure as soon as that comes out. Chrono boosting out some workers. Let's check the work account while we're letting the macro go down 37 versus 36. So here with a worker lead, actually, even though MacSed went for an earlier Nexus, maybe HerO just spent more chrono boost on his workers as opposed to MacSed. Maybe focus that in some other things. Got an Immortal being produced here for MacSed. Of course, a lot of scouting going around for MacSed. He's going to keep using those hallucinated phoenixes to scout out his opponent, to keep an eye on what's going on. Checks the third, nothing going on over there. That would probably be the best place for HerO to put his third. Farther away from his opponent's base as opposed to this one that's kind of like right here. It's and this is a really great position to have a third because you can kind of just sit here and guard both your natural and your third. If they want to go to your third, they have to come all the way around the right side here, and you can easily put an observer or something over there to scout that out. So the Stalkers are in the middle of the map. We got a Stargate going up for MacSed, and now a Robo going up for HerO. So both players adding to their tech path for both players expanding. MacSed with the pumping out some more gateways here. He's going to need those. And there's that pylon. I was waiting for this pylon since that probe got there. So MacSed has seen some workers, or seen some sentries and zealots there at the main, but I'm not so sure if he's actually seen these Stalkers running around. And we've got Stalkers versus more than enough stuff. Look at these two Immortals here. Those Immortals are going to trash those Stalkers if they decide to show up here. Liquid HerO continuing to warp in more Stalkers. That's going to put him up to, he's got, what is that, 5? Yeah, 5, actually, I think there's a hotkey for that now. Yes, 5 warp gates. And HerO did manage to go in there and he poked. He saw, okay, Immortals, bad news. Not much I can do there. But there are Stalkers here in the main, and they've already killed a couple workers there on the natural, or on the assimilator right there. There we got the Nexus photon cannon going down, and these Stalkers will get taken out. And oh, look at the Stalkers push here in the natural, takes out an Immortal, even gonna get a sentry or two, but the Void Ray is out. And HerO, while he managed to make a little bit of damage here, a lot more than I actually expected, and he can just warp in or like blink from there to there quite easily. And this Immortal cleaning up those Stalkers. This guy needs to blink over. There we go. So I'm pretty sure this is high ground and this is low ground. I wonder if he used some type of vision to get over there, and maybe that's even ground. I'm not quite sure, but hope this video is recording properly. My graphics card kind of keeled over. And I sent it off to be RMA'd to get it replaced. So right now I'm running on a backup one I got laying around. Not as good, obviously, but hopefully it's cutting the mustard for recording purposes for you guys. It's kind of why I haven't done any recordings this week so far. I wasn't quite sure how well it was going to do, but I figured, you know, why not? See how it goes. So there we go. Yes, he is using that Phoenix for high ground vision. And once again, the attack in the natural, you know, HerO is just trying to make as much use as possible out of these Stalkers, but already throwing down the Nexus cannon. And he's going to sacrifice the Stalker for 3 workers. Actually, only 2 so far. He's trying to get that Mothership Core. That thing is just slippery. No, not slippery enough. The Stalkers have blink. He's just going to sacrifice these Stalkers, kill a couple more workers. He needs to target off that Zealot. And there we go. Work more on those probes. Another Stalker goes down. Ouch. This is not looking too good for HerO here. He hasn't, you know, used too much. He's kind of just buying time at this point. He doesn't want his opponent to push out. He's trying to make some... oh, that's quite interesting. He's making Void Rays, hallucinated Void Rays to push out with. Interesting. I'm not sure if he just he's doing that to just scare his opponent, because his opponent has shown that he is scouting quite often with those Phoenixes. So this might just work out. A lot of Zealots, 2 Archons, more Zealots even showing up now. Check the upgrades. 1 attack upgrade for both players. He runs around, scouts out the High Templar, sees another unit being produced out of that robotics, and yeah, MacSed kind of just chilling out in his base here, a little bit worried, but HerO has not, like, HerO can't attack into this. Those are hallucinated, and MacSed has got the much stronger, superior army here. If you look at just the spinning, the army alone for MacSed is a lot higher. And this is just going to buy him a little bit of time. He's going to blink back into the main here and just kill a couple more probes. With the fight is going on here. No, there's the callback. Definitely need to do that. I think that was the plan all along. Just distract him as long as possible. Bring that Mothership Core with him. Allow him to pull back. And oh, double storm drop here from HerO. Oh my god, HerO playing this so incredibly well. That was amazing. He was down an army, and he disguised his plans with that, you know, bait army, I guess you'd call it, in the middle, and went with the Blink Stalkers in the main, and the storm drop at the natural. But no, MacSed's had enough of that now. Now he's going to go straight in. Now we got a big fight going on here. Storms going down. That one wasn't too good, but there's more than storms where that came from. Here with so many zealots, but not that much AA. He's got 4 Void Rays here for MacSed, and HerO's going to need to get those Tempests in there to deal with some, to get some AA to just deal with these massive numbers of Void Rays. And of course, there's so many Immortals. 6 Immortals out now for MacSed. I actually scratched out 7 out. I spoke to, or shit, is there even more than that? Is there even more? No, there's 7. Okay, I can count. Thankfully, I can still count. Void Ray little scouting party being sent forward here. Probe still chilling with that pylon. Happy with this place. Happy with the spot in life. Third base is up and done for HerO. So that's good for him. MacSed hasn't scouted that out. Otherwise, that would have been completely gone. Here we go. MacSed's going to go for it. Going to target down that Templar Archives. That's going to go down very quickly. Storm goes down. Force Field's going to go down. Good defensive force fields there by MacSed, but MacSed is still continuing to pressure this. Void Ray's taking down those. What is he targeting? It looks like, I don't know what he was targeting. It looked like the Archon or maybe the Immortal for a little bit, but it's just too much. It's too much here from here with those Tempests that made it, and MacSed had to GG. And Liquid HerO, wow. I gotta say, HerO was the aggressor in a situation where he had the smaller army. He was doing small pokes with those Stalkers to do a little bit of damage, but not really being as cost-effective as I think he needed to be. But, you know, it worked out. It bought him enough time. He got up some more units. The fact that he hallucinated those Void Rays and kept them outside his opponent's base, knowing well that he also brought his Mothership Core with him to do a not mass recall, but return or whatever that skill is called nowadays. And use that as the diversion, and then at the same time do a high Templar Storm drop on his natural while blinking with 4 Stalkers, just wrecking havoc. I mean, at the end of the game here, we had 29 workers killed here by Liquid HerO and 0 workers killed by MacSed. Liquid HerO doing so much damage with these small attacks and just playing it so well. MacSed had the proper response, go for a counterattack, but it wasn't enough. He didn't have enough forces. And HerO's Tempests, or not Tempests, sorry, Archons, what I should have said. Archons were more than enough to deal with those Void Rays, along with that Nexus Cannon. So there we go, a great PvP from Liquid HerO. Really looking forward to seeing him play at DreamHack this weekend. Once again, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and you can follow me on Twitter if you want to, at EonShikino. See you guys later.